Goals, finds Nani, one-on-one with Zabaleta again. There's Rooney, overhead kick, oh my word!
Martial is isolated, Skirtle here, oh yes!
Pogba to Rashford, little bit of acceleration, oh that's brilliant!
Hello everyone, welcome back to Red Devils TV. We're here with Yash, Slaphead, and a new guest, Phoenix. How's everyone doing today?
Still really happy about the game yesterday.
Yeah, what a win.
Yeah, this is a
But
good
anyways,
win.
that's not. Yeah, but yeah, that's not what we're going to talk about. We're here to. This is a preview for the Manchester United versus PSG game that will take place tomorrow. Unfortunately, I will not be available for the player ratings, but we'll try to find some. But people will. But it'll still go through even if I'm not available. But I'll still be here for the preview. So yeah, let's start. Obviously, Manchester United. This is a very important game for Manchester United. If we even get a draw from this game, it guarantees us a spot in the knockout stages. But another thing we also have to be careful about is that we have to top our group, because if we come second in our group, we could easily get Bayern Munich and get knocked out of the knockout stage. So we have to be careful about that as well. So yeah, PSG. So yeah, obviously PSG are a very good team, Champions League finalists. We did beat them last time, but we can't rely on that anymore because we don't have Shaw and Tuanzebe were a massive part of that, but they won't be available for this game. But Shaw might, but Tuanzebe won't. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna just ask a few questions to you guys now. Okay, so what are your thoughts about the game? What are your thoughts about the game with this PSG, everyone? Let's start off with Slaphead.
I think the game will be really tight. I'm going 2-1 United again. Yeah.
Yash.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, we beat them last time, but I think it will be a little different this time. I'm gonna say 1-1 draw.
Phoenix.
Okay, yeah. So PSG is a very tough team. They are definitely no pushovers, and I'm sure they have done extra work considering they lost last time. So we have to be extra careful of them. So I'm just gonna be tentative here, and I'll say it's gonna be a 1-all draw.
So Phoenix, obviously, you're already out. So do you give Oli license to park the bus for this game?
Yeah, because this is PSG. Obviously, they finished in the CL finalists last time. So of course, I would understand if Oli decides to park the bus. I would also do the same thing, so I wouldn't blame him for that.
Yeah. But if he does set up a diamond and we lose, do you still blame him for that as well?
I wouldn't blame him for that, but I would give him props for optimism because I know if he set up a diamond, that means he would want to go on the attack. But I still feel the best way to defeat PSG will be to counter them. That is to go at five at the back, which I think Oli will do.
Yeah, but that will be a bit dangerous because I do feel with five at the back, because if Shaw's fit, I'll be a bit more comfortable. But if Shaw's not fit, our back three has to be Maguire, Bailly, and Lindelof. Lindelof should be okay, but then again, he had Tuanzebe and Shaw next to him, so we don't know if he'll be able to do that with Maguire by next to him. Maguire, obviously, I'm scared for him because of his lack of pace. He'll only be very good in when we get the corners, but because PSG will most likely have more possession of the ball, it's likely that he won't really get in many corners. And by performance level, he probably will do okay. But I just fear for Bai because his body is injury prone. So I just fear that can his body handle such a high intensity game? So so how do you think Oli will set up against PSG? Slapper.
If Bailly has to play, then we should just play for the back with Maguire and Lindelof. There's no point playing a unfit Bailly for more protection. If Bailly can't play, we just need to attack PSG there.
Okay, Yash.
I think, I don't know. Like with Oli, I think I have a feeling he's gonna go with like a back five, like counterattack. Like back five, Tellez, Wan-Bissaka, I don't know about like the thing is he's unfit, so I don't know if he'll play there. And then obviously Maguire and Lindelof, and then back five.
Phoenix.
Well, I'm sure Ollie will line up with a five at the back, and I'll understand it because if we line up with four at the back, Mbappe will definitely run rings around Maguire and Lindelof. So that's what I'm really worried about. And plus, with five at the back, I think I'll give a chance to Bailly because even though he's injury prone, he at least provides some pace in the backline which we desperately need.
Yeah. So what's the starting lineup you like for like not predicted? What would you pick against PSG if you were Ollie? Yash.
Um, I think I don't know if we can beat them like with a 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1. I'd probably go with the back five. And then Bruno obviously starts. Van de Beek, I think he has to start. I don't know, and then maybe Fred. And then up top Rashford and Martial. I don't know. Like Cavani's been in good form, so I really don't know. Like maybe drop Rashford. That's what I would do because he hasn't been performing well lately. So probably up top Cavani and Martial.
Yeah, but I think when the five at the back, it's that you need to go defensive. So McTominay and Fred for me will
True.
definitely start, and at least no room for Van de
I don't
Beek.
think. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't think Van de Beek. I don't think he could play in a back five. He'd probably put two holding midfielders. So McFred.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be against dropping Van de Beek.
I kind of am, but like PSG, like
It's like a
I
system
don't think
thing,
we can
isn't it?
beat
It's
them.
like a system thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so Slaphead, what would you pick against PSG?
Back five. If Bailly or Shaw is fit enough, definitely with Maguire and Lindelof. And obviously Telles and Wan-Bissaka as the fullbacks. For the strikers, I would say drop Rashford for one game. He hasn't been playing very well. Martial and Cavani should start.
Yeah, but Rashford always turns up in a big game, so can you drop Rashford is the thing. So
It
I
is the
mean,
question for Oli to answer, I guess.
Yeah, and also it's PSG, so he could win again.
Yeah, it's
Could score the
his
winning
favorite
goal.
team to score against.
Yeah.
yeah. Phoenix, what would you pick against PSG?
I would go with a 3-4-1-2 with three at the back being Lindelof, Maguire, and if Shaw is fit, I would pick Shaw over Bailly. And obviously Telles and Wan-Bissaka in the fullback role. I would want Van de Beek and Fred in the two midfield role with Bruno operating as a number 10. And then Cavani and maybe Martial as striker because I don't feel Rashford has been in the best of form. But he tends to come up against these big teams, he tends to deliver. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah, but I think so. Would you be against a Cavani and Van de Beek not starting? Like, would you understand if Van de Beek and Cavani did not start?
I guess for VDB Van de Beek, I think I'd understand why he doesn't start, but I think Cavani should start. I think I would be against that. He's been in good form, so yeah.
Yeah, but like
I
Cavani,
think Cavani would want to start against PSG.
Yeah, he would. But like Rashford's basically confirmed to start because Oli always picks him, and it's against PSG, so it'll especially start. But that only leaves room for Martial and Cavani, and Oli actually, people, I don't know why, but a lot of people think that Oli doesn't really like Martial that much, but Oli loves Martial. He's never been dropped ever. The only time he's really not played, like this, like against Southampton, that was one of the first times ever I've seen Oli drop Martial, and it's not even because of his ability. It's because he wasn't really fit to play. Um, so I don't think Cavani will start, though I do think that he probably will come on at the 50 or 68th minute. For me, I will actually line up with a diamond. I would just go all out because if you're facing PSG, you might as well take a risk. Because I would put De Gea, Shaw, I would put De Gea, Shaw, Bai, Telles and Wan-Bissaka, and for the diamond I would put Matic, Fred on the right, Van der Beek Cam Bruno and the two strikers, Martial and Rashford. I like the system because we're getting as much pace as possible out of the centre backs, and we could still play. The one thing I like about a diamond is that Ole can still play the way he wants because he can still tell his two midfielders to protect his back four. But rather than having only two players up front to attack, we can have four players up top for to attack. So I think that would be really useful. Though he probably would pick a back five, but there's a slight chance he might pick a diamond if he wants to take a risk. Um, so obviously there were some Premier League fixtures that had taken place. So just get your thoughts on them real quick. Give me a second. Just putting the fixtures up right now. Give me a sec. Yeah, so first off, Liverpool and Brighton obviously. Give us your thoughts on that game. Yeah.
I didn't watch any games really. I watched some of the Chelsea Tottenham game, but things I heard like Liverpool. I don't think they played well. I think like Klopp was like I heard he was really mad in the interview. I heard. So yeah, I didn't really.
Yeah. So you don't know, but Liverpool actually got two goals disallowed for offside, and they were actually offside. They were actually offside, and Brighton missed two penalties. So Liverpool have gotten unlucky recently because two oppositions have missed penalties against him, and if City scored a penalty, they might have gone on to win the game. And if Brighton scored
Liverpool
this
should have
penalty,
lost. They should have lost to Brighton.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, and then
Phoenix,
versus.
what are your thoughts on Liverpool and Brighton drawing?
I feel that it was a very close contest. Brighton, they gave Liverpool a tough fight, and I understand Klopp's frustration at the end because basically almost all of his starting 11, like Alexander-Arnold and all, everybody's injured. So I understand what Klopp is saying, and I feel for them really. But at the end of the day, they drew, and I'm really happy.
So Leeds won against Everton 1-0. Rafinha scored a late winner for them in the 79th minute. So what are your thoughts on that? Slap, what are your thoughts on Leeds getting a 1-0 victory over Everton?
Leeds look like they can really do something this season. They definitely won't get relegated. Well, Everton, they just seem to be on a decline since they first lost. They started the season really well, but everything just fell off from then on.
Phoenix, what are your thoughts on Leeds getting a 1-0 win against Everton?
Well, I've really admired Leeds since the championship. I love Marcelo Bielsa as a manager, and I love the philosophy with which Leeds play good attacking, high pressing football. And they are not scared. I'll give them that. They are not scared to give anyone a tough fight. And this is the philosophy which is implanted in them by Marcelo Bielsa. So I've watched Leeds a lot, and I've really loved them. And I think they'll give the top teams a lot of problems this season.
Well, big sorry not to left them too much because they're second biggest rivals. Leeds, yes, as well. What are your thoughts on Leeds getting a 1-0 win against Everton?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess with Everton, like they started off well, and then I guess right now they're kind of declining. Like James Rodriguez, I don't think he played well, but he started off really well. So this Everton team, I don't think they'll finish top four. Maybe like I'd see them max finishing like sixth. I think they're declining.
Yeah, they could still finish
and
then,
yeah, and then Leeds, they're playing really good at the moment. Like Phoenix said, Bielsa is such a great manager. His tactics really good. So yeah, I think they could do something this season.
Yeah, they could give us a hell of a fight. One.
Yeah.
So, Leeds have actually surprised me this season because Rodrigo Moreno, like I actually rate Rodrigo very high. He's a very top quality striker, very experienced. He's like a Cavani type striker. Like he's experienced like Cavani, and he's played in the Champions League. And his pace is obviously, and he also has a lot of pace. So he suits the Premier League, but he's not been good this season. Bamford and Calvin Phillips have been Leeds' two main people this season. Actually, I want to ask you guys another question. Calvin Phillips, do you think there's any chance he will come to Manchester United? Slaphead.
I don't think so. We won't go for those kind of like low profile players such as like at clubs at smaller clubs, we usually go for players that like we have heard before. Cause we just don't have a good scouting team, I guess.
That's okay, well, I disagree with you, Slaphead. We actually have a good scouting network. It's just that the Glazers actually never use our scouting network. That's why last summer we were linked to Badastil, Pau Torres, Diaby. We were linked to all these young players because we have a good scouting network. We have always had a good scouting network at Manchester United. It's just since Alex Ferguson left, we've not used it as much. So Yash, do you think Phillips will ever sign for Manchester United?
I mean, I think it would be a good deal. It's like a cheaper option, but I don't see the deal happening. I mean, you just play for Leeds. It's like the rivalry, but I don't really know if that's an impact now. But yeah, I don't
I don't
see
really
the deal
think that's a
happening.
Yeah, I don't really think that's a factor though because Rio and Cantona came from Leeds and that didn't matter, didn't it?
Sure. Yeah.
Phoenix, do you think Calvin Phillips will ever sign for us?
Calvin Phillips is a really good player. I like the guy and I like the way he operates in that defensive midfield position. But I don't think we will ever be in for him. But I would love it if we sign him because he will be very cheap and he's very young also. Exactly the profile we should search for.
Yeah, so Phoenix obviously yesterday you couldn't join us for the player ratings, but since we didn't get your thoughts on that, what are your thoughts on the obviously yesterday comeback against Southampton, Manchester United?
That was a really good game. I'll give it that. And I'm very critical of Oli, but we have to praise a person when he does well. And yesterday we played a very attacking game. Even if we would have lost it, I would say that we played really well. We just missed out on our chances. But Cavani changed everything. Cavani is exactly the type of striker we needed. He provides us a different dimension with all his movement and all. Plus, he will really help nurture the young players in Greenwood, Martial, and Rashford. And as you saw yesterday, he still does it time and time again, and his movement is just superb.
Yeah. But one thing we have to be careful about Cavani is his injury record because we have to see because Cavani has a very bad injury record, and obviously, and I've actually been very critical of the Cavani signing. Obviously, it's worked out, but I've always said that even if it does work out, there's still a chance that it could fall apart because if Cavani gets one injury, because look at Zlatan, he was similar to Cavani, had years of experience, but one injury to Zlatan finished him. He could never play in the Premier League again. So I just fear that if Cavani gets an injury, same thing can happen to him. Um, Chelsea and Spurs drew 0-0. Phoenix, give us your thoughts on that game.
I didn't watch a lot of Chelsea versus Spurs, but from what I've seen, it was an okay, very tight, cagey match. And you would expect it from Mourinho as manager because Mourinho usually he would go on the defensive. So I expected it to be a tight, cagey match, and it turned out to be one.
Slap about your thoughts on Chelsea and
Yeah,
Spurs drawing it.
from the stats, I can see that Chelsea obviously dominated the possession more, and yeah, obviously Jose would park the bus, and it was the best result we could ask for. Yeah.
Yes, what are your thoughts on Chelsea and Spurs drawing 0-0?
Yeah, I think I expected like a little more goals, like maybe but draw is a good result for us, like Sabit said. But I expected more goals, but I guess I didn't watch the game that much. But yeah,
Now let's get on to a little bit of banter. What are your thoughts on Wolves beating Arsenal 2-1? Poland and Neto scored and Gabriel scored one for Arsenal. So what are your thoughts on that, Yash?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, it's a good result for us, I guess. Good to see Arsenal go down, and then I heard that Adama Traore, I think he played pretty well. I think I heard, and I think
Actually
if
watched
Man
the game.
United, yeah, okay. And then I think if Man United went for him, I think he could be a decent player for us. Like he could be a good Sancho alternative.
Yeah, he's probably one of very good sounds alternative. For me, he
Yeah.
carried a him outside Maxman. But first,
Yeah.
obviously, get a centre back in CDM. Slap, what are your thoughts on Wolves beating Arsenal 2-1?
it's nice seeing Arsenal lose, especially after they really hyped up their whole team after they beat us at Old Trafford. It was a poor performance from us, but yeah, they are nothing special. They are just mid-table now, I guess.
Yeah, but no, to be fair, at Old Trafford they were pretty special because they dominated the game, didn't they? So, but yeah, Phoenix, what are your thoughts on who's beating Arsenal to 1?
I really liked it. Wolves are a good team. I've always said that. And Arsenal, what they were all about. Arsenal, I felt after they defeated us, they were really confident, but I feel that they were overconfident, and overconfidence is never a good thing, as we have seen now. They are going down, and yeah, I'm happy that Wolves defeated them.
So yeah, so yeah, basically, so yeah, I'll just be asking you your like players, like reflecting PSG. So I'll just be asking you, what players are you scared for from PSG? What players do you think causes issues, and what players do you think would struggle against? Yes, what players do you think would struggle against for this PSG?
Obviously Neymar and Mbappe. And then and then I don't. Is Di Maria playing?
Di Maria, I think he's playing, not sure though.
Yeah, maybe him. But especially Neymar and Mbappe. Obviously they're really talented. But then like for Maguire, like I'm really scared. Like Mbappe versus Maguire, that's just not gonna be a good matchup. If we play
Yeah.
a back five, it could be a little better. I mean, it could go better, but those are mainly the two players I'm scared of.
I mean, the last time Maguire faced somebody with pace was Changman's son, and we all know how that went. So
Yeah.
yeah. Slaphead, what other players you're scared for PSG?
Yeah, obviously Neymar and Mbappe. I think we really need Wan-Bissaka to show up. He's really been inconsistent this season, and he did well against Mbappe or Neymar last time. And it's sad that Tonzevi can't play. He
But I
really
don't think
did
Thomas
well last
Sack
time.
has been that bad this season for me because, like, apart from the first 3 games, Wan-Bissaka has actually been good or okay for the rest of the games. I don't really think he's been bad for any other games after those first 3 games. Phoenix, who do you think causes problems against PSG?
Of course, Neymar and Mbappe, two dangerous players, and they are one of the best in the world. Neymar, if AWB pockets him like how he pocketed him against in the in the first fixture, then there'll be no problems with Neymar. But I'm really worried about Mbappe because obviously he's going up against Maguire, and Maguire is going to struggle against him. So and Di Maria as well. He is also a very tricky customer. You never know what he might pull out. His creativity, his shooting is really tough to play against him.
Yeah, we're obviously facing Ander Herrera, which will be painful again. Do any of you actually think we should have ever sold Ander Herrera? Any of you? You think we should have sold Ander Herrera?
He is
I
a
don't want to
better
sell him.
option than McTominay, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, we couldn't do anything about it, I guess. It was really decided before Oli came.
No, the Glazers decided that, didn't they? Like, I had actually wanted to say the club, but the Glazers,
Yeah.
it's just, it's make me so angry so much. They're willing to give Pereira and Phil Jones a 5-year contract, but they aren't willing to give Ander Herrera, who's one of our permanent fielders, a contract for at least 2 or 3 years, so we can find at least a replacement for him. But till now, we haven't found a replacement for Ander Herrera. It's supposed to be Matic, but he's getting older, and actually, I think it's supposed to be Fred or McTominay, but they're not good enough to play it on. So, but would you guys actually take back Ander Herrera? Would you guys take him back if that could ever happen?
I think he can do the defensive midfield job on his own. Maybe, yeah, I think Herrera, Donny, and Bruno would be really good out midfield.
Yes, in Phoenix, would you take Ander Herrera back if you could get him?
Yeah, I think I probably
I,
would. Like Sav said, like you could play him with Bruno and Donny, and I think that would work really well. I don't think we should have sold him. I mean, he was a good player for us, and he wanted to stay. Just yeah, I don't think. Yeah,
Phoenix, would you take Ander Herrera back if you had a chance to get him back?
Yeah, of course I would have taken him back. I was really upset when we sold him. He is the type of player we need. He is a leader. He loves this club. Plus, he could easily do a job for us when we need him. So, of course, I would take him back.
Yeah. Di Maria, obviously, the way he treated the club is obviously painful. But returning to Old Trafford again. So, yeah, do you guys have anything to say to Di Maria before we play against him?
He's lucky that there are no fans at Old Trafford. He's gonna be really
Yeah,
lucky.
facts. Snake. He's lucky.
Okay, so lastly, we're going to be talking about the upcoming fixtures after PSG. So the three fixtures after PSG are Leipzig, Slaphead. What are your thoughts on the RB Leipzig? Not Leipzig, West Ham. So sorry. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the West Ham game, Slaphead?
I hope the 2,000 fans or 4,000 fans they have won't really affect the game, since they can't really shout, I guess. But yeah, we've never really played well against West Ham, so I hope something can change for once.
Phoenix. What are your thoughts about the game against West?
Game against West Ham. Now is the time to build. We have to win consistently. This is the problem I had with Oli. We've never won consistently matches under him, but now we are seeming to go on a good roll. I hope that we continue this momentum and West Ham or whoever it is, we have to beat them. That's a united mentality.
Very true. Yes. What are your thoughts about the game versus West Ham?
Yeah. Like I think it's a winnable game. Like I know obviously our record against West Ham, it's not great, but I mean it's a crucial game again. It's gonna be a toughy game, and I think we have to win it. And I think we need to go on a run. If Ollie wants to stay in the job, it's the only way. So
Yeah, obviously it will be against Michael Antonio, who has been good for West Ham ever since the
Yeah.
start of lockdown. Antonio, I believe his main attribute is good in the air, right? If I'm not mistaken, is that right? He's
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm pretty sure he's good in the air. So I think we should be fine for that game because Maguire can actually perform very well. Because last time he performed against a good area striker was Calvert Lewin, and we all know how that went. Um, so yeah, RB Leipzig. Next up is against RB Leipzig. What are your thoughts on that game? Phoenix.
RB Leipzig are a brilliant team. The manager is Julian Nagelsmann. Superb. I just love the guy. His style of play, his philosophy, and you can see how they want to play under him. He is one of those young coaches who have set the team up in such a way, and now it's that they are playing very good football, and now it's giving them the results. So, um, even though we won 5-0, I'm not going to be confident about the Leipzig game
Yeah.
because Leipzig obviously are a very good team with good players.
One thing has been proven this season is that records do not mean anything because we haven't lost to Arsenal at Old Trafford for like 13 or 14 years. So after that game, I knew records this season they mean nothing. With our fans, these records don't mean anything. So like if we are so people, yeah, obviously people are scared that we don't have a good record against West Ham. I wouldn't be scared about that because Arsenal have a terrible record at Old Trafford and they won against us. So I don't really think records mean anything this season because there are no fans on the ground. So there will be 4,000 fans, but let's see if that will make a difference. Yash, what are your thoughts on the RB Leipzig game?
yeah, obviously Nagelsmann, he's a great coach. I really like him, and if Ollie was gone, I really want him I think at United. I think he'd be a great manager for us. But then, like if we win PSG, I think maybe um we could rest some players for that. But I don't. Yeah, if we get through, we could rest some players. But I think I don't know. Like if yeah, I don't really know. Like it could be we could. I think we can win the game, but like I think I see a draw. I don't see us winning.
But the thing is that it will depend on where we are in the Champions League table because if
Yeah,
Leipzig are in the same points as us, we have a better goal difference. But like if Leipzig have the same points as us, even if we beat PSG, that becomes a must-win game because we have to try to top our group. Because if we don't top our group, we could easily get
yeah,
Bayern
we could get
or
hard opponents in round
some
of 16.
yeah. that's the main reason Chelsea fans also was so relieved about that win that they had against FC Rennes, because otherwise they would have come second and they would have to face a very tough team. Yeah, so the only way we'll actually be this yeah. So Slap, about your thoughts on RB Leipzig game?
If we win against PSG, there's no pressure for us to win against Leipzig. We should just rest the players to be more prepared for the game against City, which is like more important if we actually get through.
Yeah, on that. Last game I'm going to talk about is Manchester City. Slap, I'll give your thoughts on the Manchester City game.
Oli scored Pep 3 times last season. I don't see why he can't do it again. If he gets his tactics and team selection right, we should be able to beat them.
Yeah, I actually think that either way will actually still beat them, in my opinion, because if you play a diamond and try to go for them, Rashford and Martial can easily exploit Laporte and Diaz's a bit lack of pace, because they're not very pacey. So if you play a diamond, we can still hurt them. But even if we play pocket football, we can still hit them on a break and still beat them. So for me, City is the game that has a high probability we will win. Yes, for your thoughts on the Manchester City game.
Yeah, obviously it's gonna be a tough game. I don't know, like with City, you never know. They could just destroy us, but I feel we could win, like you guys said, if we park the bus and hit them on the break. That's what we do well. I think we could maybe get a 2-1 win or something. Yeah, it could be end or draw. Yeah.
So Phoenix, what are your thoughts on the Manchester City game?
City this season have been really bad, but City, you can never underestimate them. They have really good players. Let them world class players. So I'm not sure about that game. We have to win it though. We have to play with us to make a statement, and winning against City is definitely a statement victory that will send shockwaves across the league.
Well, to be fair, Southampton winning against Southampton was always it's also a statement as well, because they drew against Chelsea and Chelsea are like second or third in the league, aren't they? So yeah, but yeah, I hear on that. So yeah, that's all for today, lads. Tomorrow will be we will be doing the play ratings tomorrow. Slap and guests will be online. I'm not sure if we'll have more guests, but we'll try to see. So yeah, that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed, please please hit the subscribe button. Give a like to the video. Please turn on post notifications to be notified when we upload the next video. And yeah, see ya.